Hello everyone, my name is Jeffrey. Welcome back for episode 41 of the Satisfactory series here on YouTube. In this video, it's time to put the finishing touches on the heavy oil residue megafactory. Taking all the oil and then some from this biome and shipping it off around the map for not really any particular reason. I hope you enjoy the end of this massive build. Thank you for all the support now with the series so far. Let's get to playing games. Alright, let's get this build going. I'm gonna get this thing finished up. All 4,600 packaged oil. What? All 4,600 packaged heavy... I can't speak English today. Packaged heavy oil residue. Hey, just gotta slow it down a little bit. So yeah, welcome back guys. We are going into part 2 of the build today, where we are going to throw down the oil extractors, build a little oil storage facility, put in the last bit of refiners, do the packagers. We're going to need some awesome sinks for the resin temporarily. We make 2,300 resin per minute after all this. That'll get used in the future for actual things, but for now we're just going to put them into a sink. And then we're going to hook the packagers up to some train lines. Although I'll probably just be sinking everything overall just for now until I kind of get a good game plan of where everything's going to go. So let's head on over to our giant platform. Just a quick little going over what you're going to need. You're going to need 156 packagers, 120 refineries, you need 13 oil extractors, the 3 awesome sinks, although you can technically, actually no, because we're going to need the ones, there's ones hooked up to the canisters right now. I'll need those. So yeah, 3 more awesome sinks. The trains, I don't know if I'm going to do, like, you guys can kind of help me out. Let me know in the comment section down below. Right now, I have it set to, we do 6 freight platforms, 6 train stations, 6 trains, and each train gets 2 freight cars. Now, this is probably not how I'm supposed to do this, so that'll be a fun learning experience together. And then yeah, just the industrial fluid buffers for taking in all the oil that we're going to be sucking up. So yeah, just a reminder, we're heading on up over here. I've already got my DoorDash drones taking over some things that we're going to need, and then I'm going to hop on over there myself. I appreciate you guys being here. Just a quick thank you guys once again. We have just hit, the time I'm recording this video anyway, we just hit 600 subscribers, which I feel like we literally just hit 500, so that was really fast. Thank you guys, all the new people for being here, everyone for keeping on coming back. Now let's get into some building shenanigans, shall we? Alright, welcome back to the Paradise platform. So we have probably enough room for everything, I think. Not really sure. Probably not. Gonna have to add some more room, I think, on the back side here. But yeah, in between episodes, all I did was I added in, just some concrete platforms. I just use blueprints to kind of fill it in everywhere. I went around to all the actual like oil nodes that are around here, all 13 of them. I'll take you guys on a quick little tour as we set up the actual oil extractors on them, and I'll show you where they are exactly. We're using, was it 13 total? Yeah, so 13 oil extractors total going into 6. We're going to eventually turn this into 6 lines. Let's send 6 liquid industrial fluid buffers. So I'll throw the little picture up. Hopefully I remember actually this time. Sorry about last time. Throw my little Microsoft Paint, as I know you guys love it. Check out my little handy skills. This is the layout we're going to go with. I kind of actually marked it out so I can actually follow along with it a lot easier. So we're just going to go ahead and run around to all there's the drones, our little DoorDash drones taking things back and forth. Actually, just not back and forth, just to us. So we're going to run around to each oil node now. We're going to throw the oil extractors on top. We will need, what is it, 13. Every oil extractor is going to need 3 power shards. So we're going to need 39 power shards. Oops. 13 times 3. 39 power shards, yes. So 39 power shards for all the oil extractors. And then you're obviously going to need quite a bit of copper sheets to be running all the pipes all the way over here, but that's okay. That's why I door dashed all the, pretty much like, what is this, 3 full industrial storage bins full of copper sheets over here, so we are good to go. Let's get everything we need for the oil extractors, and then we'll go slab them down. All right, so let's start with the ones on the right first. So we're just gonna come, they're on the back side of the waterfall here, and there is 2 of them, and then there's one just at like the base of the rock face here. So you're gonna have 3 total extractors over here. I believe 1 is normal and 2 are impure. Let's just take a little quick peek at what this one is here. This is a normal node. So we're just going to slap down our oil extractor. Oh, I forgot to grab the motors. My bad. We got the motors real quick, and then we'll put these on. There we go. Oil extractor on the normal. Throw the power shards into it and overclock it to 100%. Or overclock it to 250%. Every single oil, we're just maxing out all the crude oil we can possibly get on all these things. Yeah, like I said, the other 2 are behind the waterfall here. The one is right here. We'll grab our oil extractor right there. And the one will go over here. Just kind of face it that way, so it's relatively straight. Now I'm not going to worry about doing the pipes under these yet. I think what I'll probably do, because we have 13 of these, I'll just do like a quick I'll do like a quick like pipeline montage where I run all the pipes over, because it's literally just going to be running all the pipes from wherever the pump or wherever the extractors are over to that base platform. Yeah, like I said, everything going in here fully overclocked. So that's our first 3. These 2 can just kind of get combined into a pipe together. I think the way I had it split up was all the impures would mix together. The 2 normals would mix together, and then the pures were 600, so they have their own pipe. Yeah, we'll figure out like we'll get to pipe lane a little bit down the road. But yeah, I think these only output 150 at max, so these can just mix together and go down like that. Now let's head on over to the rest of them. The rest of them are all over this way. These are the only ones that were off in their own little section. Turn in Paradise into Texas. Okay, so back from the main base area, we've got one that's right down here. Basically anywhere I've marked out with a like a platform like this. I'll face that one that way because I'm going to be bringing, I think it's 3 pipes from over here. You know what, I'm going to add another line of foundations going down here then. I forgot how many pipes I actually have to run down here. There we go. So we got the one there. Another one is going to be right here. Try and get them down before the autosave hits me. Oh, I can't actually see this one. There we go. No. It got me. There we go. I think when it comes to, time for the 1.0 release, which, you know, fingers crossed, could be any time now. It should be technically soon though. I remember they said they have closed beta is either ongoing at the time you're watching this video, or it is now finished. And the release should be coming up real soon. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I think my goal for this area with all these oil patches in our next playthrough is actually going to be to turn this area into like a monster fuel power plant using some of those alternate recipes that we got. And because that one section that makes like 18,000 megawatts or something like that is only using 540 oil, and there's like 3,000 oil over here, so we could make quite a bit of power from this area. So we got these in, put all the power shards in, and then there is another 2 over here, another 3 over there. So we'll get to those, just throw the power shards in here, then we can move on. I think I forgot the other ones, but that's okay. I'll go back and do them. Yeah, so your next 3 are over here, and this will be the last 3, I believe, that are in this like paradise area. I took another 3 from just outside this section. We got one extractor there. Let's go an extractor right there. And that would be too tight. Might actually not be too tight. I could probably actually just send that right up the wall, but you know what? I'll do it this way. Add a few off the back, and then we'll just loop it around the back. Make sure we overclock it. 100%. Did I do this one? Probably not. No, I didn't. Who's shocked? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the oil pumps that are in the paradise area. So now we're going to head on back over to the base here. I'm going to tell you guys how much I appreciate you being here one more time. Anybody ever tell you how beautiful you are? All right, so we're going to head on down this way, which is heading on towards where all our water extractors and everything are. So we're actually heading over to the red sand dune. I can't really remember what the biome's called off the top of my head right now, but we're going to be heading on over there. Not all the way. As you can see, there's a big like waterfall before you actually get into the biome. We're right on the edge here. If we go right around here, so here's our water extractors, our little water facility. We're gonna go right past that. We're gonna go over to this little island here. Island? I don't know if there's an island. Kind of like an island. Outcropping. It has the final 3 oil extractors we're gonna be using. Or the final 3 oil nodes we're gonna be using. There's actually a good handful of slugs here we can still grab too. So the first one goes right, I don't know, somewhere here. Just gotta find it. Where are you? Is it under here? No. Okay, where is it? I'll find it. Don't worry. There it is. Found it. I wasn't even close, but that's okay. Yeah, let me go grab the cables and then we'll put these in. All right, there we go. Oil extractor number 1, and then 2 goes right here. I'll have to figure out how I'm going to do this. Yeah, that's fine. Just add in some more platforms. And the final one goes right there. Don't mess with me. Feeling dangerous today. Got my unloaded gun and I have no ammo for it, but I do have bombs. Okay, so we're gonna just, I obviously forgot to put in, I missed 5 oil extractors, so I'm gonna go throw in all the power shards, and then we will hop into doing a pipeline montage. I might throw some power in there too, but we gotta run power to all these pumps. But yeah, I'll do a pipeline montage where I just kind of worry about bringing everything over, and then I'll talk about how everything's gonna kind of get mixed together when we get to the actual oil storage facility. But this part we can just kind of skip through because I just have to lay just so many pipes and pumps. But the pumps shouldn't be too bad. No, I don't go like too crazy high, so should be like single pumps for each one. Okay, so pipeline montage. Let's go. All right, pipe montage complete. Now we can actually get into the actual building of everything. Some things I think I did some things a little incorrectly there. Or not necessarily incorrect, but just not the best way. But I believe this should work. We have everything coming into 6 lines here with a sharing line all along here, so that if, should one be filling up faster than the other, we can kind of share it all along the line here. So now we're going to go ahead and put in the 6, what are they called? Industrial flue buffers, heavy modular frames from up top. So yeah, let me grab our stuff and we can start doing actually that takes, let me get a little thing here. Oil extractors and miners are done. And now we're going to be doing the liquid storage facility. There we are, 6 fluid or industrial fluid buffers. So we're going to go 1 line into each fluid buffer. We're just going to kind of go like this, bring it up. Connect all these pipes in. And then this will give us a buffer line before it feeds into the actual refineries that are going to go upstairs. Okay, so now we have all the oil. Well, it's not actually pumping in yet, but this will be all the crude oil actually coming in. It'll be pumped up to this floor right here, where I will then send it. We'll start setting up all our refineries. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab the refinery blueprint that I have set up for heavy oil residue, and I'm going to end up just putting it down pretty much right. We'll start from right here, and then I'm going to, I don't even know if I set that facing the correct way. Did I? I did. Okay. So yeah, we're going to set these up. We're going to need 6 rows of 20 refineries. So you're going to need a good amount of space. So I'm going to go down this way, and then that'll leave me this free space in between to throw in my sinks for resin, or whenever I plan, or whenever I figure out what I'm going to do with the resin, we can kind of set that up in between here. So let's just go ahead and put in the 6 groups of 20 refineries. And I mean, I can kind of already tell you that that's pretty much going to take up the rest of the space here. So we're definitely going to need to add in some more room. But yeah, 6 rows, 20 refineries. Let's go. There we go. So it was 6 of my refinery blueprint. Well, technically 7. So I just put down 21, and then I just deleted the one at the end. I left the merger on the end just since that's the way, this is where all the resin is going to be coming down to. I had a serious brain lapse there. So we're just going to connect all the blueprints here together. You're going to connect all your pipes, all your other shenanigans. Sorry, my brain stopped working there. So yeah, we're going to connect up all our pipes into our blueprints here. And then you're also going to connect up all the pipes on the back going down along here, because all of these can just connect as one solid output line. I gotta grab my aluminum sheets too. Yeah, so each row of 20 is going to get fed from a single row of the oil from downstairs. And then each row of these 20, the purple line is going to feed one of the 26, one of the groups of packagers we're going to be doing, which is going to have to be somewhere. But yeah, so that's kind of how I simplified it for myself. Was I split everything up into groups of 6, and that should hopefully keep things nice and easy going forward. There we go. We got all those blueprints hooked up together. We still got to do the other 5 lines as well. I'll just kind of skip ahead from that. But hopefully this makes sense for anyone who's trying to follow along, or if you're trying to figure out roughly the general idea. If you're also wondering what this whole factory is for, aside from doing the 40, like what's the 4600 packaged heavy oil residue for? I don't know. We're gonna. This project was partially for funsies. But there will be stuff with, like, the resin needs to be used for some future projects. The packaged heavy oil residue can be sent to places and be turned into petroleum coke. That'll be used for a few recipes as well. Yeah, so let's go ahead and throw in the rest of the refineries here. We'll just kind of give it a little pop, and then it'll be done. There we go, 120 refineries. All set to do heavy oil residue. because I already preset them in the blueprint, so everyone's already ready to go. Oh, sorry, I forgot. I changed my math as I was doing this. So yeah, they actually all have to be downclocked to 38.33 output per minute, or 95.8333%. So we're just going to copy that, and we're just going to spam press that on all these refineries. Sorry, I forgot to do that beforehand. Hopefully if anyone else remembers to set it up beforehand, they can. 38.33 output per minute. There we go. Everybody's set. Everybody's connected. So now we just have to, oh my god, definitely add more space for the packagers. And I think what I'm going to do, because I don't know if I left myself enough space height-wise going this way. And yeah, it'd be kind of a pain to take this out. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all the packagers here on the back end. And then that way I can have some space still for like my train stations and everything. Yeah, definitely needed to add more space. So I just added in some extra off the back here. And now we can go ahead and use my 4 packagers. Oh, that's for unpacking. My bad. We want production 4 packages for packing. That's what we're doing here. I have the unpackaging ones for when we go to set up in the next factories. So for this is where we need 6 groups of 26 packagers, and they're all going to make, and that's going to make the 4,600 packaged heavy oil residue. So a lot of space we're going to need for these. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to have these. Do I have these sending? Yeah. Okay. So everyone's feeding that way. So we can start, let's start from here. Make sure we're actually like, in line with everything else. So we're going to go, I don't need a ton of space. I don't want to waste too much at this point. So this will be, yeah, that's the right way. So I need 26 of these. So that's 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. And then I'll just delete the 2 off the end. There we go. That actually works out perfect. So that allows me to bring in train lines along that side and have room for train stations there. Okay, so hopefully that just means I have enough room to put 6 rows, which it looks like I should. So we're going to grab the rest of it. We're going to put in another 5 rows of this, and then we will hook everybody up, and then I'll go over some numbers. Sound good? Sounds good. And there we go. That is the 156 packagers that we needed. 6 groups of 26. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, I just had to make double check. I could not imagine building this factory without blueprints. This would have taken me like 15 episodes to get this all done. But now we get it done in 2 because everything is just so much faster. The only thing I have to worry about now is going back through connecting all our belts and pipes together here. I'll just kind of jump forward so that this episode isn't 18 hours long. So yeah, we're doing belt connections, pipe connections, and then we'll go over the numbers really quick because I'm pretty sure these have to be downclocked. So we're gonna, I didn't actually even set these. So we're gonna set these to packaged heavy oil residue, and we're gonna do, it's 4,600 divided by 156. Copy that. Paste that into the output. There you go. So you're just going to copy that and put that on every packager. A better idea would have been to set that and then set that in the blueprint and then put these all down, but that's former Chefry not helping out. Frick that guy. All right, everybody's connected. Oh my god. I think like 3 of my birthdays passed while I've been hooking all this up. So now we need to, what do we need to do now? So now we have oil feeding into these lines here. So I need to take the output of the heavy oil residue. I need to connect these 6 lines to these 6 lines. That seems straightforward enough. And then so here, I'll actually do the resin first. since we'll just kind of marathon hooking everyone, since it's literally from here, just hooking each line to each line. And I could just kind of skip ahead. Let's go ahead and do the resin part instead. So my game plan here was you could take 2 lines of resin and merge them together into a sink. So we need 3 sinks. Sorry, 3 sinks, some mergers, and a couple lifts. We'll put that right here, I think. There we go. We'll fire in 3 awesome sinks. We'll go 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. Just like that. And then I'll grab some mergers. Grab 1 from there. Make sure the output is going towards the actual smart sink there. Go 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. So yeah, now I'm just gonna fire lifts on conveyor lifts from all the mergers up top here, and then we'll merge 2 lines, like I said, 2 lines into 1, and then into 1 sink. That'll be nice and easy. There you have it. That is the resin will be going into this. I mean, I know it's not there yet, but you just gotta visualize, pretend you can see it. It's there, I promise, or it will be. So yeah, that is all the hookups for all the resin dealt with. There, like I said, eventually that'll get turned into something else. That's why 1, I left a little bit of space here, and 2, I'm just kind of sinking it because I don't actually know what I'm going to be using it for yet. This whole factory is just I don't know. It's just it's just existing. So yeah, now we got to feed the heavy oil residue output from all 6 of these to all 6 of these. And then we're also going to be bringing over we can disconnect the lines from the feeding end over there. And we'll be sending our canisters over to this line over here. So let's go ahead and skip ahead to hooking these up here and then hooking those up over here. And then we can get into firing this bad boy on. Although I'll have to take those sinks from over there and hook them up to the end lines over here, because I'm probably not going to have time to do the trains. And I also don't know, like I said, I don't know what to do with all 4,600 of this yet. I have planned some of it. These episodes weren't a complete waste of time, I promise. We will be using some of this in the next couple episodes. In fact, we're going to be doing some nuclear stuff coming up here pretty soon. And I'm going to be using, I think you need a good amount of steel for that. And so I'm going to be using the the coke steel ingot, where you use petroleum coke instead of coal. So that should be pretty easy. And we'll have a ton of it from this. So, okay, let's go ahead and hook some stuff up. There we go. I haven't actually hooked them up yet, but we are all hooked up for bringing canisters over, as well as the heavy oil residue. So we are down to, honestly, this was so much easier than I thought. Okay, because when you split things up evenly and you just have to connect one line to another, man, it gets a whole lot easier. So I got the sinks all ready down here. Everything's hooked up to power. Well, I mean, the sinks are hooked up to power, I mean. The only thing I actually have left to do is go back through and hook up all these refineries together with power, as well as all the packagers. And then we should be able to turn everything on. The only thing I'm going to have to do is run power over to the oil pumps. Okay, so yeah, that's the only things left. Power the oil pumps, connect all the power for this side of the factory. And this is look at that. Look at all those machines. What a hefty load that was. Yeah, so we got to do power connecting to the machines, which is just connecting the blueprints together on these. Run power over to the oil pumps so that we can actually have oil. And then it's just going to be a matter of powering this on and actually connecting the canisters. So right now the canisters are still just going into a sink. And I snuck a little hole. Oh, that sounded weird. I put a little conveyor belt hole underneath where it's going to get connected to once these are actually ready to go. But until these machines actually have heavy oil residue in them, there's no sense bringing the canisters over, because that'll just break this whole system. And this whole system is now working perfectly. So let's go ahead and connect these bad boys together with power, run some power over to our oil lines, and let's get to turning this whole factory shenanigans on. All right, we got our oil pipes and everything all filled up. I think it is time to finally turn on the refineries here. So we'll just wait until this autosave is all finished up, and then we will go ahead and plug in all these refineries. I think the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to turn on the refineries so we can get some heavy oil residue going, and then the resin can just go off into the sink, so the output shouldn't be too bad for now. And then we'll wait until we start seeing some heavy oil residue start to back up in the line, because what I want to do is I want to get a little bit of heavy oil residue going before we actually turn on the packagers. So I'm gonna try and balance it to where I can have, you know, some good backed up heavy oil residue and then send the canisters over, because I'm really trying not to mess with the canister line. It takes a real long time for that to balance itself out because it's so big. But I mean, that's the one drawback of new manifolds versus load balancing. But anyway, let's go ahead and fire this bad boy up. Let's go and connect in some power lines here along the side, just like this. Just temporary ones, not a big deal. Not really too worried about cosmetics anymore. I mean, I don't want to make a factory look bad, but I'm not doing like fully enclosed factories anymore until 1.0 comes out. Just so we can maintain efficiency on this playthrough series. And also it kind of helps my computer for performance, to be honest with you. Okay, so those are all hooked up. So I just gotta hook those up to actual power. Just gonna run that along here. There we go. That'll be refineries all turned on. I see resin flying down the line already. That's good. You just want those to end up going into the sink, which is perfect. That's 2,300 polymer resin that we'll be able to make use of going into the future. Probably end up making quite a bit of plastic from it. But yeah, I mean, there's a few things you can make with polymer resin, so. These should be able to combine together. At least I thought they could. It seems like they're getting backed up. Did my math not math correctly? Yeah, why are they getting backed up? It's the two of them together should only be, like, 2 lines of polymer resin together should only be 766.8. So I think there must be some machines in here that didn't get downclocked. Because 2 of these lines together should be able to go onto 1 line of 780. Also, I'm sure some of you may have noticed my little whoopsie. 38.333 per minute heavy oil residue times 20 is too much for a single Mark II pipeline. I made a whoopsie. I don't know how did I miscalculate this so badly? Okay, yeah, so I must have just done my math incorrectly. So the way I'm going to fix this is I'm going to do an output on the end over here as well, for the heavy oil residue. So there will be 2 outputs per set of refineries, and then I'm just going to go into the 2 so we got the 1 input on that far side already, and then I'm going to do another input of the heavy oil residue on this side as well. And that should theoretically balance it out. If I run into any major problems, I'll let you guys know. Okay, so I realized what my problem was. First off, you guys probably knew it. I had 3 too many refineries in my line. They were supposed to be lines of 20. I made lines of 23 for some reason. I don't know why. I must have been just putting down too many refineries. But anyway, so that is now... I'll have to do some trimming for the rest of it, but that now should be... I still need to do, as I mentioned, the output pipe still needed the extra output, so it's still going out on both sides, but this should fix that little resin backup that I was getting just because I was using too many. So yeah, 6 lines of 20 refineries these are supposed to be. Let's double check this now just to be sure. So we got refineries here. Let's go ahead and double check that we actually have 20 here in a line. 20, there we go. All right, now it's actually correct. So that is You know, it wouldn't be a chef rebuild without a couple of mistakes here and there, but those were minor. So now everyone's all backed up here. We can go ahead and turn on these to start filling them up with the heavy oil residue, because I don't think they have anything. Yeah, nothing's in them right now. There we go. Those are all turned on, and they all fill up, well, pretty instantly with the heavy oil residue. That's pretty fast. So now all we need to do is go over here to our canisters. Wait, what happened to you? Are you not turned on? Copy. Paste. Oh, right, because yeah, these ones I had to set all these ones. Okay, so now we're gonna send the canisters over, and hopefully, fingers crossed, this build should work the way it's intended. I mean, only 2 mistakes is not that bad, honestly. So now we can go delete you. Hotbar's not working again. Maybe when this happens. All right, there we go. We're sending canisters. We can take out these awesome sinks now. And then we can go on over here and make sure it's all working. I did have a couple floor hole issues with the pipes again, which I mean, I'm honestly not really surprised by, but I'm not surprised I miscounted. I really, like, even with my drawings, I'm still miscounting. I don't understand how it's happening, but anyway, looks like we're starting to get canisters here, which is perfect. That means we're starting to pack up some heavy oil residue, and I see it starting to come out down the line. Excellent. Hear the excitement in my voice of having this build finally done. This thing is huge. I mean, I still gotta do the train lines, but okay, well, I wait for the sun to come back up here, which it's about to. It's right there. And things will start getting backed up along here. I'm going to just trim out this train station, and I'll kind of show you guys what my idea was for filling these up. And then you guys can kind of tell me, for people that have experience with trains, you can be like, you're doing it really wrong, or you can be like, hey, you actually got it right. And I'll be like, sweet. If I got it wrong, I'll be like, yeah, no, I'm not surprised. But anyway, we are now sinking. Oh my god, I have so many printable coupons. 241. I wonder how much packaged heavy oil residue gets you per minute. Not much, because... But I mean, how much does 4,600 per minute get you? That's the real question. Yeah, so we're just going to be waiting for... Looks like we're going to be waiting quite a bit for some canisters to make their way down the line. That's okay. Yeah, it looks like they only stack in 100, so they're getting backed up real quick. So canisters should be no problem. I hope one of my biggest things is I hope the heavy oil residue is just going to work properly. But I think the problem is now we probably have too much heavy oil residue and not enough canisters coming in. So I think that's what we're going to be waiting on. So let me just let this get backed up, and then we'll meet back here in a few minutes. Okay, so instead of me waiting around 6,000 years for this to get all backed up, although I'm starting to see a lot of packaged heavy oil residue fly out of here, which is nice. This was my idea for the train station. So each line would feed 2 train stations or 2 freight platforms. And I'm assuming that'll be enough, depending, like, we'll probably be able to gauge it better going forward, how fast it actually fills versus how quick the train comes back to pick up another load, and whether or not I'm going to need to add in like a little bit extra, like some more train stations or more platforms. And then if I have to like combine them, like say I want to combine 2 of the lines together to send like, wasn't like 1,500 something packaged heavy oil residue around, I could just send that into like 2 of these. So it'd be like 1 freight car or 1 locomotive, and then 4 of these in a row. Maybe. I don't know. You guys, I'll probably have to look up some stuff on trains. You guys can let me know maybe some tips down below. And we'll get these set up in the next episode, or I'll probably set them up in between episodes, because I'm not 100% sure what the next thing we're going to build is. I'm moving my way towards nuclear power at this point, so starting to get a little bit more advanced. We got some heat sinks coming up. We got some radio control units because I don't want to have to keep making those by hand or buying them for all the blenders that we're going to need. What's going on here? Oh, it doesn't have. I was like, wait, there's no way you have more heavy oil residue you can put out of it. It's just because we're waiting on canisters. Waiting on those canisters. All right. Also, let me make sure I just counted these correctly because, you know, since I just realized I counted those so incorrectly. Let's do a little double check on here. So this should be 26. All right, cool. We at least counted those correctly. Yeah, we're not able to take out enough of the, I'm getting a little backed up on the heavy oil residue at the moment because we're not able to pull enough out for the amount of stuff we need. So we're just waiting on the old canisters. Where are we at in the backup line? That right here? 100, 100, 100. And should be at 100 now? In just a sec. There we go. Okay, so now, yeah, we're getting pretty close to these backing up. That's nice. Okay, so yeah, but look at all that heavy oil, packaged heavy oil residue just flying around. That's great. So yeah, I think that'll bring us to the end of today's episode. It probably got a little bit cut up there towards the end. I apologize if it was hard to follow along. I've just never really built something this big before, so the logistics of it was quite something. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys being here and sticking with me through this all, and hopefully just putting up with my shenanigans as we struggle. Yeah, I know that side is fully is fine. No one should be backed up over here because we're not backed up on canisters. The only thing we're waiting for these to balance out is just enough canisters to make it over to here. And I mean, I'm already seeing some of these work at 100% efficiency, so this is working pretty well. It's a really clean factory. I mean, aside from the stuff I have to trim off over here, but don't worry about that. Don't look at that. So yeah, next step is just going to be loading these into train stations and sending them off around the map. Like I said, I think I'll just set up 6 of these. And then I'll be able to send out, it's like 700 and something, 760 or something like that, packaged heavy oil residue per minute. We can send that out to some factories, make use of. If I want to do more than that, maybe I'll just double it up. This will be a learning experience of trains, so it'll be good for 1.0. But anyway, yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for another episode. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. If you're not subscribed yet, please do. Consider check out the Patreon, maybe become a member here on YouTube. Definitely join the Discord, and I'll see you guys in the next one.